Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Winback, and on today's episode of Pokemon Unite, we're going to be playing the very newly released Squovent and Greedent, the big tanky squirrels with berries and lots of balls. So, we have a whole lot of game to get through, so let's knock out the easy stuff quick. It's a YouTube video. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, your heart out. We do Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays here, and this is a special case since Greedent just came out. But I'm going to show you what I found out so far, and we're going to play a lot of mirror matches because everybody wants to play this character, and for good reason. While it may not have looked super interesting in the trailer, it turns out it's super fun. Just absolutely ridiculous, huge amounts of fun. And you'll see why in this game. The abilities that we're using are going to be Belch and Stuffed Cheeks. And then the items that we're using are all going to be OP items. So we've got Buddy Barrier, Focus Band, and Muscle Band because Squovent and Greedent are attack-based. They're not special attack. But you'll see they have a lot of ability usage here very soon because your right, I guess your tackle, whatever button you have that assigned to, will get reset depending, or have the cooldown reduced depending on the number of berries that you have stuffed in your cheeks, which is Greedent's passive. So you can see the number of berries under our health bar that we have right now. We only have one, which means that we are going to reduce, I think, that's probably going to equate to, what, 20% of the cooldown for tackle? But if you have full berries stocked up, you can reset the cooldown of tackle 100%. So you do have to have full berries, you have to tackle, and then you have to tackle again. But as long as you're going into it with the majority of your berry bar filled, you get the cooldown immediately back, and it's fantastic. Because that works with Belch too, which is going to be ridiculous amounts of AoE burst damage very soon. That being said, your other ability, Defense Curl, is just going to spit out a berry for you. It's going to give you a little bit of defense. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it gives you a berry, so it's not the worst thing. And it turns out in mirror matches, you can also, well actually, I think other characters may be able to just pick up your berries, period. So the enemy team, I think, can pick up your berries as a sort of counterplay. Or possibly it's just the fact that Greedent can pick up the other Greedent's berries. I haven't really figured it out yet. I haven't been paying too much attention to it, so maybe we'll figure it out. But I can pick up the other Greedent's berries, he can pick up mine. I'm not sure if anyone else can at the moment, so. When you get to the tier where you're going to pick up your damaging ability, never pick Bullet Seed. Maybe if you're playing on phone, it's easier to use, but as it is on the Switch, it is really bad. The targeting isn't very good. It's like, it tries to figure out which way you want to aim, but it's aiming the way that you're facing, or it's also aiming the way that you're pointing your aim stick. I don't know. It's terrible. If I had to say one thing about it, one good thing, it's that it looks cool, and it's kind of interesting. Oh no, I'm dead. I'm not dead. We've got full berries. Second Belch. We're gonna die to the Venusaur, but it's okay. The Ivysaur, but it's okay, because that was worth it. That Belch reset is going to come in big later, I promise you. Now, where were we? Oh yeah, Bullet Seed sucks, so don't pick it. It doesn't do enough damage, and it can be interrupted because you're not unstoppable while you're channeling Bullet Seed, so it's junk. The targeting is junk, the damage is junk, everything about it is just junk. On the opposite side of your defensive abilities, though, the not Stuffed Cheeks, it is... Can't remember, don't really like it. But it is very good, because it does make you unstoppable, meaning that you could potentially covet. That's the one. When you're picking covet, you can run really fast, you're completely unstoppable, you'll pick up berries along the way, which means that you're reducing cooldowns potentially. So if you're using covet, you can probably get away with Bullet Seed, but since both of them, here it is, the biggest steal of all time, and we're going to just delete belching and take out the other Greedent as well. That is your ultimate in play, and it's absolutely broken, so I wouldn't expect that to stay in the game past the next patch. That is just gross how well that did. So, basically what that does is your ultimate is going to jump you in, big AoE, whole bunch of stuff that I think it's a knock-up, and then you're going to land on a bunch of berries, which basically fills your berry sack infinitely for a couple seconds, and while that is full and infinite, you can just belch to your heart's content. So it's disgusting, and the enemy team got absolutely barfed upon, so... Man, the character is fun. The Unite move, the Stuffed Cheeks is really fun, Belch is really fun. I think the other two abilities need some adjustments, because they're so unwieldy that they're, I am making a terrible mistake. But they're so unwieldy that the case that you can, or the argument that you can make for picking them is just really not great. Because they're so hard to aim, it's so hard to land, they don't really have much impact on your laning or like boss control, you know, boss fights, objective fights, and they don't really do a whole lot to stop the enemy team because they're so hard to just land on the enemy team. So if your whole purpose is to be like a chaotic nuisance that doesn't really have an impact outside of random moments, take Bullet Siege and Covet. Totally, it's fun, it's goofy, you'll have a good time if you're playing with friends, but it's not exactly big drop on top of the team there. Down goes Venusaur and Garchomp slowly to follow. Garchomp also getting buffed this patch. Gonna try that bad boy out next week and see if anything happens. But on to the rest of our moves. So I do need to talk about Stuffed Cheeks a little bit more, as well as Belch. Obviously, with Belch, all the damage is there. It's got a big wind-up. It's a huge AoE, and you can get the resets. But Stuffed Cheeks is your big one, because Stuffed Cheeks is going to throw 5 berries out. It looked like Pikachu picked up some of those, right? Or was it just me? But Stuffed Cheeks throws out 5 berries, which means that you get a full reset on Belch, and you move faster towards those berries. So, Rotom, in newly buffed Rotom, also walks real fast, does a bunch of damage, and is now, I think, in some competition with Dreadnought for objective priority. Really, really good stuff. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, but Stuffed Cheeks gives you the big movement speed. It's a huge health increase because you go pick up a bunch of berries that give you a lot of health. Don't want to get anywhere near the Garchomp with all of the speed. And it looks like we're just going to clean them up, even though they got the Dreadnought. I don't have an eject button, but my team is here. Looks like Micro Ninja wants to finally commit something to his team. Right, down he goes with the Belch directly up the bot. And oh my god, the enemy team is going to get Zapdos, aren't they? Damn it. Well, it's fine. 2 of them are dead. Another 2 of them will be dead soon. And Zapdos actually drops fewer points now. So, three of them right before the ultimate ended, and I just gotta watch the Garchomp disintegrate. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, so this game is a pretty decent visual representation of how new Zapdos works. So the enemy team did get them, but since 2 of the enemy team were already dead, and the enemy team didn't pick up any balls to dunk, or picked up fewer balls, and then died. Zapdos wasn't really a huge factor. Still a little bit, I can see how, I made a mistake. I couldn't blink. I don't know why I couldn't blink, because I was slapping the button, but, and there we are. It's fine. Only 20 seconds to go on a 30-second timer on the game. We're just gonna take a seat, chill, and watch Cinderace try to kill Garchomp. Do it. Do it. I believe in you. Oh, bummer. Super bummer. Yeah, but that's Greedent in a nutshell. The abilities, they're not super complicated, but they do obviously have some trickery to them, and they are really good for big damage and an AoE and keeping Greedent alive. So you're basically the new Blastoise, since Blastoise got his damage nerfed super hard. But this Pokemon crushes stuff. Objectives, other characters, whatever you want. He just slaps. But that's it for me. Thanks so much for hanging out, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow. And then next week we'll kick off with some of the newly buffed big boys. So, peace out.